We try to keep it as simple and as open and as welcoming to everybody. Like, if I ever see anybody that I've never seen before, I always introduce myself. Like, who are you? Where'd you come from? You know, like, do you play with anybody? Like, do you want to play more? You know, because again, that's how we build our teams.
Welcome to the Hidden City Podcast. I'm Grant.
And I'm Doug, and we're here to share some of the incredible stories and people from Oak Cliff that you might not know.
We're going to sit down with some of the visionaries, craftsmen, and business owners who have shaped Oak Cliff into what it is today.
Oak Cliff is on the south bank of the Trinity River, a few miles south of downtown Dallas. While technically it was part of Dallas, it was its own city for a long time, and it still has that independent spirit.
We'll dive into the history and the spirit of this place, exploring the different challenges and successes that defined it.
This is The Hidden City, a podcast about the people and the stories that make Oak Cliff extraordinary.
Well, welcome to this episode of the Hidden City Podcast. Today we're excited to have Patty Evans with us here. He is the founder of Oak Cliff Sandlot. So Patty, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's jump right in. How did Oak Cliff Sandlot get started?
It's a little bit of a long story, but I'll make it short. So I never played baseball as a kid. Never really had the opportunity. Just life and the situation I grew up in. Didn't have the money, moved around a lot, you know, those kind of things. And so when I became, when I was probably in my 30s, I guess, I started a men's league baseball team.
Nice.
And so it was very competitive, you know, all that kind of machismo kind of stuff that goes with it. And I did that for like 10 years. We were very successful. I kind of just did all the things that I wanted to do with it. And then during COVID, my grandfather died, which I was very close to. Okay. And then about a week and a half later, my best friend, he died of COVID. So he's the exact same age as me, and I've known him since second grade. And it was kind of a come to Jesus moment, I guess you can say. Like, I just kind of had that, like, if he could die this early, I could die this early. Right. And I don't know, I kind of reflected on what I was doing with my life as far as that stuff goes. And I just decided that I wanted to do Sandlot. But I had already had dipped my toes in the water of Sandlot because I discovered Sandlot down in Austin about 2-3 years before that. Okay. And took some like-minded people that I felt like could understand what it was all about down to Austin to play at the Long Time. If you never looked it up, you totally should. It's like the mecca of Sandlot down in Austin. It's a very, very, very cool place.
Love that.
And
what do you mean the mecca of Sandlot? Like, what, for someone who just doesn't know,
Sandlot,
like just like pick up baseball, or
it's more or less. Okay. That's the easiest way to put it. That what someone would understand. But it's just a very cool field that's just made out of scraps. There's an architect, engineer, I guess he would be, Jack Sanders. He runs the Texas Playboys. They're kind of like top of the heap as far as like what people know of as Sandlot around the country. Okay. And he runs that team, and he owns the space, and he built the field, and he built what I've done here in Oak Cliff. He did down in Austin years before.
Cool. He came before a little bit.
He came before pretty much everybody else. And doing the stuff down at the Long Time in Austin, I became friends with some guys up in Tulsa who have long-standing Sandlot teams up in Tulsa. Became friends with them. We played them up in Tulsa a couple times. They came down here. Just seeing how they did it in Tulsa, seeing how they did it in Austin, I wanted to do something like a mix of that. I kind of took the things from both that I liked and put them together and started my own thing here, and which was a big step for me because my men's league team was my baby. I worked on that year round. I was very proud of what I'd built there. A lot of people in those leagues, in those men's leagues, kind of called us like the Yankees because we went to 10 straight championships. So every year there's 2 seasons, or we went to 10 straight years, a calendar year of championships. And in those leagues, there's a spring, summer, and then there's a fall. Cool. And we would end up in the championship both times all year. So like
You guys were the Yankees.
We were the Yankees.
You
And we
guys
didn't
were
win
the
them all,
top,
but
yeah.
I think we won 7 of 10.
You had some swagger. You were just like, yeah.
whatever it was. We won quite a bit. So we were the shit. And after a while, when all the stuff personally happened with me, and then my discovery of Sandlot, it just kind of all came to a head, and I just decided I wanted out, which was, for me personally, it was very hard to give up my baby.
Yeah, you'd spent years building that.
Yeah.
Yes, and there was a lot of things that I was doing that were Sandlot-ish, as far as promotion, just fun stuff, that I think a lot of the guys in the men's league competitive stuff didn't really buy into or didn't understand. But I knew there was a market for it because I went to many, many tryouts every year, twice a year in these tryouts in these leagues, looking for players. And I always noticed that there were always more players that wanted to play baseball than there were actual spots available or interest in even having that kind of player. Somebody who just wants to play baseball that didn't play in college, didn't play in high school, didn't really know what they were doing, but loved baseball, or could play a little baseball, maybe played in Little League and hadn't played since, that just wanted to play. So I always knew that there were people out there that would fall into the group that I was trying to put together. So I always knew that in the back of my head, that there were people that I could find if I could find them. And so I eventually just kind of started my own thing, catered to those kind of people, and more just around the aspect of fun, camaraderie, just kind of hanging out, playing baseball, and not worrying about your individual performance or the team's performance, or there's, we don't do standings. We don't promote wins or losses. It's just when we have a game and it's over, that was fun.
Yeah.
And that's
for the
it's
sake of fun. Yeah.
It's truly Sandlot. I rewatched Sandlot this past weekend, and it's fun because in that movie they're talking about how there's no wins or losses. They're just always on the field playing the game, and the game just goes on and on and on, and it's just that's why they're there. It's fun.
Takes the competitiveness out a little bit, but they're still competitive.
Well, in baseball,
because it feels
not a really. I mean, in baseball, it can be a very individual sport as far as did you catch the ball?
Yeah.
Did you throw it properly? Or throw it to the right person? Or did you field the ball off the ground? Did you make contact? Did you have a good at bat? Even if you strike out, did you not swing at a pitch over your head?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of little things that you can do to reward yourself as far as knowing that you were doing the best you can. And that's pretty much all we're looking for with people, when they come out, is just have fun, do the best you can. Other than that, nobody gives a shit.
I love it.
Really.
It's so awesome.
Nobody cares. We have some people that get really upset, or they'll get upset at themselves. And I think it's just a natural reaction that you're being competitive.
Yeah.
And you may fumble a ground ball and throw it, and then they kind of get a little,
Yeah.
And then a lot of times I'll take those people aside when I see they're moping in the dugout, and I'm just like, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Don't take yourself
Nobody's
too
going to
serious.
remember that.
Nobody noticed.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
This is not what this is. It sounds like this other, what you built before, kind of that league of sorts. It's you're almost going into a different segment of sorts that is more casual, or for just the love or the fun, or even the vibe. I don't know. It's kind of,
it's all of it.
It's all that. Yeah.
It's all of it.
It's pretty counterintuitive for sports. I feel when I see leagues and stuff, I don't see that in, I guess, pick up basketball. Maybe it's hey, I'm just gonna go out and play to have fun. Bit of that,
sure.
But
there's a little
I'm drawn to that.
Physical contacts and something like basketball. In baseball,
it's even more.
You're not touching anybody. You're completely isolated.
Hanging out in the field.
Yeah. You're standing out in the outfield, just chilling, picking flowers. You know what I mean?
It's awesome.
So,
man.
but the way we play with Sandlot, it's I pitch a lot of times.
Yeah.
I like to pitch. I'm not very good at it, but I can consistently throw strikes. And with our Oak Cliff Sandlot, that's job number one.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to walk.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk anybody. The batter doesn't want to walk.
It's not fun if there isn't good pitching.
Yeah.
Well,
or decent pitching,
if there's
right?
nothing to hit, then it's not fun for anybody.
Right.
So, a lot of times, if I'm batting and I get hit by a pitch, I'll just that's a ball. Let's keep going.
Oh,
we usually unless it gets down to the very end and the score's a little tight, and then everybody's kind of oh, okay. like let's turn on little competitive juices.
Yeah.
Then it makes sense because there's a goal there at the end. But third inning, you get hit by a pitch, you're just like, throw me another one. Like I'm not going.
I'm
to
trying to
base.
hit the ball.
Yeah. I'm here to swing.
Dude, that's crazy to me.
So fun.
We just watched, my wife and I watched like I'm sure you get it sometimes, but like the Savannah Land, the baseball or the
banana ball.
Banana ball. That's what it was. And I feel like the purist in baseball would be so frustrated, and you hitting a pitch and be like, "No, I'll take it as a ball."
Yeah.
But it's like
we're there to hit.
Do what?
We're there to hit.
Well,
we don't allow bunting. Like, that's what. No bunting allowed.
That was like I think Savannah Bananas. That was one of the things too. Like no bunting. Like it's like they've kind of like taken some of this and made it more fun, or like I don't know. I see some of that with some of this where you're like, hey, we're here to enjoy this, and we're not changing it all because I know it's a
we modify the rules based on what the situation that we have going on as far as like the two teams playing, maybe where we're playing, what field it's on. You know, if there's mud or there's this
Dude,
or that
I love
whatever it is, like we'll work around it. We'll make it happen.
There's some freedom.
Yeah. So we change the rules all the time. When we go out of town or we have teams that come into town, like a lot of times we have to, explain our rules because a lot of times we have different rules in other cities, and
that's interesting.
We make sure that everybody's kind of on the same page, because the worst thing you can do is do something and then we're like, well, that's a rule, and they're like, I don't know. We try to clear all that up, but it's never anything
home field rules.
It's never anything like crazy.
It's just an interesting culture. I think you're building a culture of sorts.
Well, you brought up Banana Ball. I love that story because he's such an interesting character. But part of his whole thing was just baseball has not been fun. Or as fun for people, and it like interest was waning a little bit. And he's like, "How can we make it fun again?" And so it's like kind of cool to see. On the flip side, not for the consumer, but just for the person who wants to play baseball. That you notice, like, there's a lot of people who just would love to go play some pickup baseball. Just go play a little on a Saturday. Who aren't going to be like, first team all district players coming out of high school, or maybe there are some like that, but it's everybody's mixed together.
I think he's onto something for sure, because he kind of was like, it's not an industry that needs shaking up, but a little bit. I think he kind of, the Savannah baseball guy, thought of it that way.
Oh, for sure, yeah. No,
and it's also not as intimidating. I think like when you have that kind of culture that you're setting with Sandlot or what he's done, you're 100% right. We've seen this with the co-working space where it's like you don't want to be overly curated and way too cool or whatever. And it's like no, people can feel invited to come to this thing. It's hospitable and it's meant to
access.
It's meant to be fun.
I mean, our main thing is, I put it on all the flyers. It's just bring a glove, bring a friend, play baseball.
That's awesome,
that's
man.
Pretty
that's
much
simple.
That's all you have to do. Like, we're lucky that we have a bat sponsor. So they give us bats, Mine Baseball. Thank you guys.
Let's go. Mine Bat.
Mine, M-I-N-E.
Okay.
They have a warehouse office space over it's like on the edge of Las Colinas, Irving. That's where they are. They had another one. It burnt down like a couple years ago, but they're all squared away now.
Terrible. But, that's good. Way to go, Mine Bats, though. That's awesome.
Mine's awesome.
Shout out to the sponsor.
They've been giving us wood bats for years, and they're very generous with what they do for us. And Lance is an awesome dude. And we have wood bats available. We have Oak Cliff Brewing that gives us free beer.
Let's go.
And they load us up with lots of beer, and everybody's really happy with that. And we have other local sponsors, but we have everything available to someone who just wants to show up. And even if you don't have a glove, we tell people just show up. Just show up.
Come.
Like the hardest part of starting to do what we do is just showing up.
Just getting someone to show up.
And we tell a lot of people too, like people are like, well, I haven't played in forever, I've never played, those kind of things. I'm like, listen, come out to the game, sit in the stands, watch one inning. One inning. And if you can't do what we do, it's definitely not for you. But there's no way, short of you having a cast on your foot, that you're going to say you
probably
can't
still even hang out at first base with a cast on your foot.
There was a guy that was hanging around for a long time that had a cast on his foot and would still bat with one hand. and then someone
awesome.
would run to first for it.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
awesome. That's awesome.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break to ask Doug a question. Doug, have you ever done Pilates before?
No, I have not, but I'd be interested. What's up?
Well, if you're ever thinking about trying, or if you just want to mix up the fitness routine, you got to go check out Oak Cliff Pilates. They're all about community, movement. They're over there in Bishop Arts. They've also got a new location in Uptown. It's pretty sweet.
Dude, and they're hooking us up. I think Hidden City listeners are getting $10 off their membership for the month, right?
That's right. They use code HIDDEN.
That's it. Okay.
$10 off the monthly membership. They're also doing 3 classes for just $25. So you and I are going to head over there. We're going to go try it out. We've never done Pilates before, but I've heard it's great.
It's happening. OakCliffPilates.com to sign up.
So yeah, go head to oakcliffpilates.com to book your first class, and then also go follow them online. It's Oak Cliff Pilates on Instagram. So you described hanging flyers out and trying to tell people about it. What was it like when you first put some flyers out and invited people for the first time to do Oak Cliff Sandlot?
I had no idea what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I had not a clue what was going to take place. I did it the old school way. Old punk rock way. You cut out letters, you cut out pictures, you put it on a thing. Whoops, I touched the mic. You put it on, you glue it down with a glue stick. Made a Xerox copy a few times so that it takes away the lines, and I just printed up a bunch, just your regular size of paper, and I went through like Bishop Arts. I went pretty much everywhere within, I would say, 10 minutes of here.
Yeah.
And I hung up flyers everywhere, just taped them up, and any restaurant that would let me do it. Some restaurants and places wouldn't let me hang it up. So just any businesses out there that you don't let somebody hang up a flyer for something that's free to the general public. Come on now.
We got some questions for you about
that. And I know who you are. And you know who I am. I've never said anything to anybody about that.
Oh, there we go.
But just come on. Chill out.
Support the neighborhood. There you go.
Especially if it's something fun in the neighborhood. That's
when I'm saying it's free, and then the people that are in the store, I'm saying, you should come play.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we don't hang up flyers. Like, whatever. Right. But I just hung it up and just kind of was just like, fingers crossed. Hopefully. I mean, I knew a few friends.
Yeah, you had probably a few that you had
invited. I had
like
4 or 5 friends that were like, I'll come out
a
and
little
see what
critical mass that you're like, okay.
I mean, I had enough to like we were going to play catch up.
Yeah.
First game we had, I think we had about 30, 40 people.
That's awesome.
These are just complete randos.
Dude, I love
that just showed up.
Yeah,
I was outside of myself.
No kidding.
But the fact that all these people showed up.
You can play
I didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of like, this is kind of the general idea of what I'm going to do. I mean, no sponsors, nothing. No. It was just I rented the park and was hoping for people to show up. And then we played a full 9 innings. And my team that we have teams out of Oak Cliff Sandlot.
Yeah.
And my team, the Oak Cliff 86ers, which is the very first team, I guess, I would say a vast majority, 75% still to this day, and we're in year 4, or just finished year 4, are those guys from that very first pickup game.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
So, and that's how we build our teams, is just like we have a large swath of new people that show up, and we're like, hey, you want to play more than once a week or once a month?
Yeah.
And if they have interest, we kind of bundle them together. So it's completely random people. We don't pick and choose, unless, a team that's already existing is like, hey, we're down to one catcher. We need somebody else. So if we ever come across a catcher, we'll send them to them.
I see.
To help out with that. But other than that, it's you get what you get. Which is way more fun because you meet all kinds of new people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've met so many people that live within 5 blocks of me that are on my team.
That's
Didn't know
awesome.
they existed.
That's awesome.
But they I can just drop off their house. They come over and hang out and those kind of things. So it's like you meet a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Oak Cliff 86ers. What is 86 in reference to?
1886.
Okay.
Oak
This
Cliff's
is the year
founding.
Oak Cliff was founded. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you said there's multiple teams in Oak Cliff Sandlot.
Yes.
How does the structure of the whole league, I guess, work? Or like, how does it work?
We try not to use the word league because I think that has too many...
Imports kind of the thing you were trying to get away from.
It imports the scores, the standings, the stats. I mean, some people do it just...
Teams. What is that?
It's just we just have teams. So all the teams that we do have, We currently have 6.
Okay.
So we have the Oak Cliff 86ers. We have the River City Honeybusters. We have the White Rock Mudbugs.
Nice.
We have the Redbird Aviators. We have the South Irving Coyotes. And who am I missing? Someone's going to be upset. Oh, the East Dallas Booze Hounds.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So some of those teams kind of started on their own and then joined us. Some were completely formed out of our pickup games.
Cool.
So, and we have a lot of East Dallas, Oak Cliff people.
Yeah.
Like most of the people on the 86ers are from Oak Cliff. The Honeybusters are half and half.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost very half and half. And then East Dallas Booze Hounds, all those guys was a group of basically bar flies at Good Friend.
Oh,
nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
And Josh that runs Good Friend, he's on the team as well.
Oh, cool.
And so like you can go to Good Friend any day of the week at almost any time, and there's at least 1 or 2 Booze Hounds.
Oh, that's funny.
All the time.
That's funny.
And then the White Rock Mudbugs, that was Joe. She came out to one of the pickup games, and then she said she wanted to start a team. And I had a backlog of people that said they were interested that had nowhere to put them. So I just started funneling to her, and
nice.
Bing, bang, boom. Within like a month, she had a full 20-man roster, and she was already playing games.
That's amazing.
I mean, she was very much on the ball about it.
Yeah.
So it had a lot to do with her.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
I'm loving the names too. The Redbird Aviators. We have a mutual friend that's on that team, Matt Glenn, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Matt's he's told us a little bit about his experience. And
Matt's very good.
Yeah, he does come from some college baseball stock, so that guy's a beast.
We have people that are just good players like Matt, and we have other players that played in college and stuff, but they kind of weed themselves out sometimes. So like they either get it, like what we're doing, or they show up, they play a game, they're nice about it, but then we never hear from them again. But that's usually just because they're like, my competitive level or want is above what we're doing. But other ones get what we're doing, and they're like, oh, like this is just for fun.
This is for the love of the game.
The love of the game. And so, we have some good players. I have a guy on my team, Ben Carey. He's an insanely good baseball player. Drew Willard that plays on the Honeybusters, he's insanely good. And those are guys that played in college, and they get what we're doing, they understand what we're doing, and they tone it down. Like
it's for fun.
Drew's a catcher, Ben's a shortstop. So like Ben can go out there and show off and do all of his fancy athletic baseball stuff at shortstop, and it doesn't hurt anybody. Like it's just him and the ball. He's got to field it, still got to throw it. Somebody's still got to catch it. Which is a 50-50 proposition half the time. So,
but as long as you know that and you're cool with it.
Yeah, but we don't let him pitch. His arm is too strong.
Right.
But he gets that. And he understands that like that defeats the purpose of what we're doing. So like we do have a lot of really good players that just don't, like you can have a strong arm and throw 80 miles an hour, but like, that doesn't help anybody and doesn't make it fun if you're pitching. But you can take that and go to right field.
Yeah, put them in center field.
Yeah, center field. Go throw somebody out at a base from outfield. If you do that, hey, that's great. That's cool.
That's cool. So it does require a little bit of management for each team, I'm sure.
It's like a little bit of
self-management too.
Almost.
Yeah, there's an art to like if you're great at this sport, you're probably not going to be pitching the ball, or if you're outstanding in some other category, like we're going to put you in an area where everybody will still play and have fun.
But if the player gets the whole
they have
vibe,
to understand that.
Did they get the whole vibe? Then they don't care.
Yeah,
because they're still batting.
Well,
they're still they're still getting to shine and kind of have fun at their level.
What's fun about this, because we've known Matt for a long time, and the dude loves baseball. Like, and
he's just a baseball junkie, man. Loves it.
Yeah, like you're saying, the love of the sport a little bit. Because I even think of what is it? There's who's the documentarian? Ken Burns. He did the thing on baseball.
Oh yeah.
And baseball has this hold over, I feel like, the country and the people here, and and it goes all over too, but at least in America, it's just like ingrained a little bit. It feels like, and some people have that where they're just like, I want to continue this thing more and more.
Yeah.
And I feel like Matt's one of those people that appreciates it. So it's cool seeing that, almost like nostalgia, but also competitive, and
there's
all
certain
that.
magic to baseball. Why is that? What do you think it is about baseball that is captures people in that way, because I agree.
The Sandlot movie, like there's
rewatching that movie this
thing in your
weekend,
mind,
I
and
think there's a lot of
cool about it.
Not a subculture, but it's like you said, it's woven within culture of baseball, terminology and things like that, and just the whole idea of baseball. So I think a lot of people are a lot more susceptible to baseball as far as like welcoming. I guess welcoming is the word.
It's hospitable.
Just hospitable, just because it's just kind of part of everybody. You know what I mean? Like you get baseball even if you don't get baseball. Like you still understand throw the ball, hit the ball, catch the ball.
Yeah.
Even if you don't understand all the
intricacies
and the rules and all that kind of stuff, you still get the general idea.
Someone throws something at you, you're gonna catch it.
I guess like basketball. It's like you're dribbling the ball, you go down, it goes in the head.
Soccer, kicking it to each other.
So everybody generally understands that part of it, and I just think it's such a. It can be a very low impact sport.
Yeah.
And it's also very much a sport that I think is a lot easier to play than people think it is, but it's a repetition kind of thing, because we've got players on my team and other teams that I've seen when they first started, they were god awful.
Yeah.
Which is not a problem. It's not a problem whatsoever, but they not necessarily they were training or doing anything outside of when they played the game, but
repetition.
Just repetition of like, I mean, how often are you swinging a bat at a ball?
Right.
I mean, that's not a thing.
It's a weird muscle group. It's like
a round bat trying to hit a round ball. You know what I mean? That's moving. Like, it's difficult. But like, I think a lot of it is just being comfortable in as far as the batting goes, it's being comfortable in the batting box.
Yeah.
The batter's box. Like, just seeing the pitch coming in, knowing you're not going to die. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of
get hit by a pitch every once in a while. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay.
Not gonna hurt too bad.
But I think it's just the being comfortable on the field, and a lot of that is playing a position, outfield, infield, wherever it may be. I think it's just the repetition of doing it and just being comfortable within yourself and being on a field, going, I can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I might mess up or whatever, but like I generally know what I'm doing. And that we've had people that don't know what they're doing, like they've never played, and we teach them, and it's, like I see somebody mess up or whatever, I usually will come and tell them, and I'll just explain to them like, what went wrong there was, look at this or see this or kind of like think ahead, just little tips. Just most of it is just think ahead. It's if you're playing at first base, if the ball goes here, where do you go? If the ball goes here, where do you go? And pretty much one or two things. And that way, you don't get the frantic.
Like, what do I do with the ball?
Yeah. And then a lot of it is a lot of people don't throw things. You know what I mean? So
it's not a normal thing.
It's not a normal. I mean, how often in your daily life are you throwing something?
I will say the one alumni baseball game I'll play once a year, for like a week afterward, I'm just like, oh man, that was brutal.
Yeah.
But
you just don't use that motion very often.
Right.
It's not a common thing. But again, it goes back to just, throwing and playing catch, like little things like that make baseball so much easier.
Yeah. I do think it's interesting you bring up that people see baseball as not something accessible, especially as an adult. And I kind of felt that way when I first heard about Oak Cliff Sandlot. I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. They're actually like, and it's like an adult group that's playing. Like, you don't, at least I haven't seen a lot of that. But then once I started to learn, like, no, we're just all out here having fun. You're right. It is super easy to play. It's not a hard game to play, and it doesn't require a lot of athleticism. It's like something you can go do and just.
I just love that happens in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, here's not a league, but just like a place to go do some sports that's fun, and it's not like overly intense, and you're just like, oh, this is a nice thing for the neighborhood to have.
We always tell people like, if they're coming out, like, if you show up late, no one cares. You have to leave early. Dude, nobody cares.
That's so anti-Dallas. I feel like a little bit. Like, like I'm going to get this custom crazy bat and these expensive cleats and do all that. It's like, no, just
there's some players that do that, but they're like in their second, third year. Like they're invested. So they're like, they want to go and get their stuff.
Which is fine. I know.
That's a very fun part about playing baseball too, is there's a lot of like gear you can go buy.
Gloves and stuff. Yeah. That's true. I can see that.
That's a fun part of it. But it's, we try to keep it as simple and as open and as welcoming to everybody. Like, if I ever see anybody that I've never seen before, I always introduce myself. And kind of ingrain that into the culture of a lot of the people that have been with us for a long time, that they do the same. Like, who's that? I don't know. I'm going to ask him.
Go talk to him.
Like, who are you? Where'd you come from?
You
know, like, do you play with anybody? Like, do you want to play more? You know, because
awesome.
that's how we build our teams.
Yeah.
This episode and every episode of the Hidden City podcast is brought to you by Waxspace. Waxspace is known as a co-working space in the neighborhood, but did you know that we also are open to rent to the public for private events? Every weekend, we're hosting baby showers, wedding showers, birthday parties, and anniversary celebrations. If you're interested in hosting your private event at Waxspace, you can reach out to our events manager, Savannah, and that email address is hey@thewaxspace.com. That's HEY@thewaxspace.com to get more information and a custom quote for your event here at Waxspace.
So let's say a listener is listening to the show and is like, you know what, this sounds awesome, I'm in. How does somebody join, or how do they participate in this? And
that listener might be Doug or Grant.
I mean, it's definitely me
or
right
Jason.
now. I think Jason is also going to join us for some ball. But yeah, what does the typical routine look like for Oak Cliff Sandlot?
So we do have a website, oakcliffsandlot.com. Very easy. There is a sign up thing to we do a newsletter, which is basically me just sending out one email a month. I don't bother anybody. I just try to do it preemptively, maybe a week or so before our pickup games, just to kind of remind everybody what's going on. Usually a schedule of the team's games, just kind of run down of what's going on that month, anything we have going on. So you can subscribe to that. We'll remind you. Or the Instagram, Oak Cliff Sandlot on Instagram, Facebook. We share it all through there. But what we do is we do a pickup game first Saturday each month, March through November. So we just had our last one, so we're done for the year as far as those go. Mm-hmm. They range in times depending on the season. So in the spring, we do them at noon for March, April, May. June, July, and August, we do them at 11 a.m. just because it's hot.
Yeah.
So we do June, July, August at 11. And then in the fall, September, October, November, we do them at 1 o'clock, basically, on the weather just to get a little more sunshine.
I love it.
And it's just you show up.
That's it.
That's it. You just show
Bring
up.
a ball glove if you have
and
it.
We do
if not, no worries.
Yeah, and we do all the games at Lake Cliff Park.
Nice.
Okay.
So they're always in the same spot, same time of month, generally the same time, based on just the season.
How's it playing at Lake Cliff? I mean, for those who don't know, Lake Cliff's huge. It's awesome. It's
it's fun.
Yeah,
I mean, we're trying to get some improvements.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the one thing that we don't have out there that we wish we had was covers over the dugouts. There's the stands are covered, which is great for people watching, but the people that are running around in the sun don't have anywhere to go sit in the shade. So we are currently trying to.
Who is that? Is that JR? Who would be the Parks Board?
Well, JR's trying to help us.
Good.
Those trying to help us. He's been very helpful. Thank you, JR.
Thank you
go. Very much for everything.
We love JR.
JR's been super cool and nice to us. And we're trying to work with the city historic district.
Cool.
They have their their things that we have to work through. So we're trying to get dugouts covered. And short of that, JR's helped us. We've gotten a porta potty out there that's right next to the field.
Very helpful.
Which was very helpful because we have a lot of, women.
Yeah.
Men don't care so much. They'll pretty much go anywhere.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a way, right? That's how we work, guys. We'll make it happen. Women, on the other hand, there's, some other variables to deal with, and especially kids. So we had a lot of complaints about having to go here and there on the other side of the park. So
run over to Papa
the
John's.
city really hooked us up. Chad helped, and JR helped, and we got ourselves a porta potty right next to the field, which was
so
everybody was thumbs up and super excited about that. But overall, the field's good. Cool. I mean, it's a city field. It's just a park. I mean, there's nothing super fancy about it. But we love being out there. I mean, it's just. You can see, especially for photos, we have a lot of photographers on our teams that take really cool photos. You can check that out at, I think it's Oak Cliff Sandlot Photography. We started getting so many.
No way.
we have a Instagram page for that, just because we had so many people that were taking really cool photos.
That's fun, yeah.
And I just wanted a place to kind of stock them,
sure.
put them over the side, just so you can see the cool photography. And there's nothing else on there. It's simply just the photography that takes place. But Lake Cliff, you have the lake, you have the fountain,
It's picturesque.
you have a really cool view of downtown
It's
from
true,
there.
yeah,
If
it's a
you've never
beautiful
really
park.
stood on that spot, like where the field is, if you turn and look towards downtown,
It's awesome.
like it's right there.
Yeah.
It's very cool looking. So it's a great spot to play, and it's very accessible, and all the cool houses around. It's a neat place to be. It feels like you're really in the city.
Yeah, it always reminded me.
It's
of,
off the highway and everything. So
Yeah, remind me of Grant Park a little bit in Atlanta, where you have the houses. There's like a little bit of a hill that goes up on the side over there, and you do feel like you're in the city, but then it's also a nice.
Yeah, you're kind of like closed in.
Yeah, yeah.
We get the helicopters flying over from Methodist all the time.
Dude, that's awesome.
We actually have a guy that plays on my team. He is I don't know if EMT. I don't know exactly what his title is, but he flies on those helicopters. He works out of Fort Worth and Methodist.
Okay.
He plays on my team. This is the craziest story. He was flying into Methodist or out of Methodist all the time, and he would see people playing baseball.
No.
And Herb said it took him about 2.5, 3 months to figure out what was going on down there. And he reached out and started coming out, and so he plays with us all the time.
So he just saw you from a helicopter.
He saw us from a helicopter from Methodist, from the care flight.
Yeah, from the care flight.
Dude, that's
flight.
wild.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So he has the cool. We always ask people like, "How'd you find out about us? Where'd you come from?" He's got the cool story. Like,
That is the coolest
he
story.
flew over us for months trying to figure out who we were and what we're doing down there.
Dude.
So a lot of times when they fly over, we'll wave at them, and we've asked her before. I was like, "Oh, they'll do a circle over the field, and then we'll go in like a random direction," which. They didn't have to do that. The helicopter, you go up and you go that way, you go that way.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, they're looking at you. They're checking out what you're doing down here."
Oh,
so we
that's
always wave
funny.
at them, and a lot of times they'll circle us and then go off wherever they're going.
Oh, that
interesting.
is amazing.
that.
So yeah, anytime we see a helicopter, we're all waving at them.
What are that's like such a fun story. Are there any other kind of like Oak Cliff Sandlot moments or tournaments or games that kind of like stick out to you?
We don't do tournaments.
No tournaments.
Doug,
Okay.
no tournaments.
No tournaments,
Don't
no
do
leagues, no tournaments, no leagues.
We're just having
any other,
fun,
how about
bro.
any other moments, vibes?
That's right.
Well, just recently we had our first barnstorm. So if you don't know what that is, it's a Sandlot barnstorm is. I think it goes back to the old days, where teams would barnstorm. So you'd go to random cities and just play whoever, and it was a group of people. So loosely use that term for Sandlot, and it's really just kind of a all day or an all weekend kind of trip. So we did our first barnstorm, Oak Cliff Barnstorm. So we had some teams from out of town come, and then with all of our 6 teams, we did kind of a big mashup.
Cool.
So we mixed all the teams up. Obviously we had to make sure everybody had enough catchers and pitchers, which is the most important. Everybody else was just randomly drawn.
Okay.
And we did a little thing where we played. We had a pickup game at Rivershawn Park. Thanks
love
to JR,
Rivershawn.
we got to go out
that's
and check out the
amazing.
new Rivershawn Park.
It's a great park.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We had a pickup game on a Friday there, and then just because of lights, we need lights. We did the whole weekend at Samuel Grand.
Oh, wow.
Again,
Nice.
thanks to help to JR for hooking that up. So we had 4 games, and we had teams from Palestine and Temple, come up and play.
Cool.
And there's Sandlot teams in these different...
Oh yeah. So they came up, and then we mixed all our teams up, and we just all played each other. And there's a few other teams in Dallas that aren't associated with us. They're kind of like freelancers. They do their own thing. So we had a few of those play as well as their teams. And we did just a whole weekend of baseball, which was fun because then we kind of just camped out at Samuel Grand, tents, all kinds of stuff. We had play-by-play. The Booze Hounds. The Booze Hounds have a guy named Jimmy Coleman. He does MC work for a lot of the X Games.
Okay.
Oh,
So
cool.
he travels a lot. So when he is in town, and for his team, the Booze Hounds, he will set up a table. He has the speakers, the whole thing. He does walk-up music, and he announces the whole game.
Wait, that's awesome.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
fun.
The Booze Hounds probably have the best game presentation
For obvious reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they go full out, and it's really fun. But anyway, Jimmy was out there helping us, and did some play-by-play and played music, and just having, I don't know, how many teams would that have been? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 teams total.
Okay.
20 on a team. That's a lot of people, and so we were out there all day, and it was fun, and we had a great time. A lot of people came, played their game, left, went home, changed, came back. Hung out.
Nice.
We had we were doing food deliveries with Cultivar and Good Friend, which was down the street.
Yeah.
So we had them running down the street and picking up food
so
for
awesome.
us. And
That's awesome.
yeah, we had a grand time. So that's probably the coolest thing we've done this year is
Barnstorming, not a tournament.
yeah, barnstorm.
Okay.
But we do other like you call it a barnstorm. Like we've gone out of town. We go out of town probably twice a year where it's an Oak Cliff Sandlot event.
Cool.
So with our sponsorships and all that kind of stuff, we usually will pay for the Airbnb, and then whoever wants to go gets themselves there, and so you go and then play whoever. So like this year we went to Arkansas, so we had a game in Little Rock, and then the next day we played, or vice versa, I can't remember, with Little Rock, and then we had we had 2 games in Little Rock and then 1 game in Hot Springs.
Oh, cool.
So we sent a group up there, which was really fun. And then our big trip this year was we went to New York City, and we played 4 games in 3 days. So we played a Friday night game. We had a game cancel in Brooklyn with another team, so we had to last minute. We rented a car and we all drove to New Jersey. So went to Ashbury
Okay.
Park.
Oh my goodness.
Is that what it's called? Ashbury?
Yeah.
The Jersey Shore, whatever it is. So we went there and played a game against a team in New Jersey, and then drove back. And then we had 2 games on Saturday. We played in Central Park against a team called Fumble, the formerly unemployed musicians baseball league.
Oh,
Nice.
I love
Nice.
it. In Central Park.
Central Park.
Yeah, that's
we
awesome.
played at the North Meadow. It was
Get
fun.
out of here. How cool.
And then that night we played another game up at Randall's Island, farther north, which is really cool. If you ever seen pictures of Randall's Island, it's got the overpass with the big arches right against it.
Oh,
It's
neat.
Very New York looking.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, I think it was, I don't remember. It was all mixed up. And then one day we played in Brooklyn against the Brooklyn Bad Stars, which was awesome because it was like park in the middle of the city, buildings all over. You could see, the what is it? One Tower. What is it?
Yeah,
The New
Oh,
World
yeah,
Trade,
yeah,
whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You could see that in the background. It was cool. It was just really
That's
cool.
awesome.
And then all of us traveling around in a big group, about 15 of us. We rented a house in Brooklyn, and just stayed together. And
Oh, that sounds like
explored
an
the
amazing
city
community.
walking around, taking subways, cabs,
Yeah.
Ubers, all in full baseball uniform, walking around everywhere.
Yeah.
Can you
That's
imagine
awesome.
5 years ago, this moment where you're just looking at this group of people walking
In
around New
Central
York
Park,
together,
yeah.
playing a little pickup
No,
ball?
and
It's like,
we have a little like montage video on our Instagram page of us moving around the city. There's really nothing else in it, just us, because we were just moving constantly, going here and there and everywhere, and it was just amazing to me to know it's not just that we even went. It was just like looking at the people that were there. It's like just total random people that I've met in the last few
15
years,
random
and it's
people.
like,
yeah.
hey, you just want to go to New York with a bunch of people you really don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us know each other. 'cause they've been in
you
teams
get to
for a
know
little
each
while,
other.
but yeah, just
pretty cool.
the randomness of just going to New York and
That's awesome,
staying in a
man.
house together.
That's awesome.
And
I love it.
but the year before that, we went to Connecticut and played a couple games. That was our big trip, and drove up to Albany. And then the year before that, we went to a barnstorm in Winona, Minnesota. There's
wow.
a bat company called Pillbox Bats,
Okay.
and they do a lot of stuff with other Sandlot teams. And they
Man,
had a thing
that's
where
interesting.
they invited people to come to Winona, Minnesota. So we flew into Minneapolis, drove 2 hours to Winona, stayed there in a house, and played all weekend. And there was teams from Tulsa and Kansas City and all over Minnesota, Wisconsin area.
There's such a subculture to this too. Like,
Very much
I think
so.
like it's really awesome to see that, and I love seeing that happen in Oak Cliff. Speaking of, do you have kind of moving forward like any dreams for Oak Cliff Sandlot that you want to see it kind of grow to, or are you kind of just like, hey, what's happening is what I love seeing right now?
One thing we're working on is we're trying to make it a nonprofit currently.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
that I think it'll help with sponsorship.
Yeah.
Because we're all 100% run on sponsorship money. So
Yeah,
like
That's cool.
everybody that's given us a penny, it's being used for baseball. You
Yeah.
know, buy baseballs,
Yeah.
rent Airbnbs, field fees. There's
Yeah.
a lot of cost that goes into it. It's not necessarily just showing up to a park. Like we have to rent
Yeah.
stuff and do those things. You get lights for night games. 'Cause
Yeah.
we play night games in the summer because it's just so hot.
Yeah.
That's the only time we ever play night games. That's like double the cost of a
Is
day.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like double.
Interesting.
So like money's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And we try to make it, with the sponsorships and stuff, we try to make it as inclusive as far as like not costing you anything. You know what I mean? Like there's teams have little fees here, and if you want to buy a jersey, like I don't force it on my players. Like if you can't afford a jersey or you don't want a jersey, I don't care.
I love how free this is.
But like if you want,
just
if you want to, some guys wear baseball pants, some guys wear shorts.
Yeah.
Like no one cares.
Yeah.
But mostly we're all playing dress up.
Yeah.
Like like everybody wants the socks, the gear, the pants.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It's part of the fun.
It's a costume part.
Yeah,
Like we're playing baseball.
Yeah.
Playing.
Yeah.
And but what I would like for it is I'd like to get more sponsorships to like pay for more so that anybody that is a part of us like doesn't have to pay a dime.
Yeah.
And each team has their own separate sponsorships just for teams. So that's some teams pay for those things that way.
Yeah.
But I want it to grow at its own pace.
Yep.
I'm trying to not. Some people get really excited that help us run stuff because we have like our own board and we have manager meetings and stuff. It's nothing super technical. It's not anything crazy. It's more of just like checking in. Like we have those meetings and it's kind of like, how are you doing?
Yep.
Do you need anything?
You got some help.
Yeah.
It's not just
like,
you.
Do you need something? You have questions? What's going on? That's where we bring up like, hey, I need a catcher or, this or, whatever. Where we go for uniforms or, just simple stuff like that. We have a, what do you call it? For, I use it for work all the time. And
Kind
I
of
can't
like a
remember.
playbook for.
Yeah, just for like sponsorships and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just like a one-pager sponsorship.
Yeah, it's like a
Template or some.
There's a word for it.
Yeah.
Sponsorship
Is it
form.
a piece of paper? Is it
no,
is
it's
it a
just
website?
it's a document.
Oh,
It's like a document,
An
like
agreement.
PDF. It's just like what we offer.
Package.
Like a packet kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we share that with the other people.
Oh, nice.
So we try to do as much as we can from the lessons that we've already learned in the past, and it makes everything like the new teams run smoother. So, I'm just trying to make it to where it runs itself a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I've done so much, and I'm not old that I'm going to die tomorrow, but I'm not 20 either.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I want this thing to kind of be self-sustaining. So when, when I'm not around, that this still exists. Like I want it to exist without me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff does still run through me, and that's fine. I get it. I'm kind of the guy, whatever, and everybody knows that I'm the guy. But
That is an important step in the life cycle of something like this, though, where it's like eventually you have to kind of be removed, not completely, but like
I want to be removed.
Because that's healthy for the thing to exist.
I want everybody that helps me to feel the same attachment to it as I do, and get the same understanding as far as like the values and the vibes and just the general understanding of like why we're here and what we're really trying to do. And I've heard some interviews with some of our other folks that have done other things, East Dallas stuff, and I listen to them talk and say these things, and it just makes me so proud.
Yeah, you're
they're repeating and they're
got
regurgitating
the vibe.
all the stuff that I've been not beating to their heads, but I constantly am saying.
Yeah.
But now they're taking it as gospel.
Yeah.
That this is how we do it, and
It's
I,
not
I,
an easy
I, lo-
thing
I
to
love
do.
it, and,
Dude, that's
and
awesome.
they bought in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they get it, and that's the hardest part.
That's not an easy. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do, to translate
Culture
value
and
and culture, values and culture.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes time.
Yeah.
But also how rewarding that you've seemingly found a way to do it pretty well so far.
Well, it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
It's 4 years of time and investment on your part.
It's taken time, but I'm always this, like we were talking about, standings, tournaments, those kind of things. Like the second that's even like there's a hint of that,
You got to
like,
protect that language. and
You
lingo.
know what you're going after, and
I don't want it to.
You've got a
ever
North
be
Star
like
of
that.
sorts, and it's like, hey, this is what we are.
Yeah, I don't want it to ever be like that. I want it to be extremely open, extremely welcoming to anybody at all. No questions asked. I mean, the only limit we have is 21 and up.
Yeah.
We're adults doing adult stuff. We don't
Yeah.
want kids out there.
Yeah.
That
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. We need to get an Elmwood team.
I know, Doug. I'm thinking about
like
that
the
too.
neighborhoods, all
We
the.
need the Elmwood Brewers.
Hey, come on.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The Elmwood Brewmeisters.
Brewmeisters.
Oh, I like that.
Let's book that one, Doug.
Get the farm
the
guys
Elmwood
in there.
Elms.
Get the,
You can play
there we go.
Elmwood Farmers.
Yeah.
Elmwood Farmers.
There's
Used to be a
lot.
farm over
There's
here.
A lot. There's a lot. Yeah, it used to be. No.
It's just cool. I love it. It seems like it's one of those few places in adults can find kind of an unstructured, lightly structured place to just go like truly have fun.
We just had one of the members here at Waxbase just pitched us an idea and was like, hey, can we have Waxbase recess? And like once every month or every once in a while, just like at 3:00, have some Frisbees, maybe a baseball and a glove or something where we just all step away from the laptop for a second. And if we want, we could go play for a little bit outside. I was like, that's a great idea. But yeah, I'm excited about Oak Cliff Sandlot.
Yeah, we're growing. We have 6 teams this year. We have 2 that we'll have next year, 2 new teams. One of them came out of the Aviators. They had so many people that they just kind of like, okay, let's split off. And they started another team, and they're full. And then we had another team that from our first pickup game that we had this year, we had, I think it was 16 brand new people. We always... When we have the pickup games, we always ask who's first timers. Yeah. Because we have some people that just come to the pickup games that have no interest in playing any more than that, and that's totally fine. Yeah. But we always ask, and that we had 16 new people, and we're like, okay, so we got it. And I had enough stocked in from the previous year. Yeah. So we immediately made a new team. So we have a new team called the Lake Cliff Strays.
The Strays.
Lake Cliff Strays.
Yeah,
Dude, Strays. I love these names. This is awesome.
So we have the Lake Cliff Strays, and we kind of got them rolling this year, so they played some random games. Okay. They'll be totally on the schedule next year. So we have 2 teams, but we still have a possibility of 2 more teams. So we may go from 6 to 10 next year.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy.
I love it.
Totally
from
crazy.
Just like we were talking about, hanging up flyers and hoping 4 people will show up to now we possibly could have 10 teams with about 20 people on each team.
Jeez. Yeah.
You know,
that's crazy.
And we keep 20 people on each team. That's what I tell everybody to do. It seems like a lot, but the point of it is to make games not something that you would feel bad about missing. Like you're not like I have stuff to do with my kids. Like if I don't show up, they're short.
It comes back to that like this is not a pressure thing. No. This is you come have fun. Yeah. And if you have 20,
dude,
you make it when you make it.
I love it.
If you can't make
I'm
it,
in.
Doug, can we make team number 11, please?
I
think we've got 20 people we can recruit.
I love that way of thinking too. Even just like, hey, if I don't show up, they're not going to play. It's like, okay, like you committed to this, but like also it's okay.
Yeah, we have a Discord and we have a little events thing on there where we just communicate within team and within the group. And, we ask who's going to be there. Yeah. And honestly, I don't care who shows up, who doesn't. Do we have enough? Yeah. And most of the time, on the very rare occasion, we have 9 or less, which is just maybe one time a year. Yeah. One time a year. The other team will usually just like, here, take 2 guys.
Yeah.
They want to play
because it's fun. Yeah, it's like
or another team that's
doesn't matter.
Or another team that's not playing will like, hey, I want to play. Yeah, we have some guys that were willing to play, always play. So no one's ever short. And
are there any rivalries? Is there any?
Yeah. We have some rivalries.
We got some hate.
I think we're gonna.
Doug just wants some competition.
No.
I
know. I kind of like. Is that a bad thing to say? A rivalry?
No, it's a good question. Actually,
I think next year I was actually thinking about having like a rivalries week because we do have some
East Dallas,
like
Oak Cliff, or
it's like my team, the 86ers and the Honey Busters. We were the 2 first teams.
Nice,
and they were the first team we ever played. I think we were the first team they ever played, and we're pretty tight.
That goes back a ways.
And so we've always had really good, like they sucked for a long time and we were better at the start than they were. And then they've slowly gotten better. And now every time we play, it's always a very good game.
Oh, fun.
That's fine.
Very rarely a blowout one way or the other. It's usually, within a few runs and it's competitive game all the way through. But like we talk smack the whole time.
Good.
Awesome.
Oh,
and it's just, great. We have a very tight group in it. Those are really fun games. But like there's other teams too as they've come in. Like there's some teams. There's rivals. Like there's the South Irving Coyotes and the White Rock Mudbugs. And there's a guy that kind of plays on both teams. And so like it's always I think the last flyer when they played each other, they were calling it the custody battle or something.
Dude, I love it.
But it's just one guy that was kind of like floating
yeah.
between two because he travels a lot. Ricardo, he's an artist. He does a lot of stuff.
So cool.
But yeah, there's some rivalries as
Yeah.
far as just kind of when they came in, or just players that were one time on this team and now on this team.
Yeah.
There's not too much movement because a lot of people kind of like
They get in their spot.
they get their spot and they're on that team, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like their badge of honor. But it's
We might have to peel Matt away from
It's-
the Aviators.
it's
Yeah.
We might have to drag him.
Yeah,
I know.
they're right, like the Aviators.
Sure.
With the team that came out of them, the Bombers, which is another aviation
okay.
thing. Like they're kind of rivals
Sure.
because like
Yeah.
half of the Bombers were originally on the Aviators.
Oh, I love this.
So they
This
like
is the
they
kind of
have their
drama I'm looking
rivals.
for.
This
Like,
is
yeah.
the, that's
you
the
know, it's
neighborhood
that
drama
kind
we
of
need.
deal.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
Well,
that's awesome.
Patty, thanks for telling us about Oak Cliff Sandlot, and we'll continue to follow along and maybe even see you out there out
Can
for
I
a
give
game.
a shout out to
Please.
our sponsors?
Yes,
At least we
yes.
have a lot of
Please
sponsors,
do.
but
Yes.
as far as like the local ones, Chad over at and Vinny over at Chinzo's.
Yes, we love them.
Chad's awesome.
They're my team specific sponsor
That's
and a
sweet.
league sponsor.
Oh, good.
We also do Sandlot. What do we call it? Sandlot socials.
Yep.
We do those bi-monthly. Usually we do them at a sponsor location. We did one at Chinzo's. They kind of just give us the run of the place, and we go in there and hang out. So we do those if you want to check. You know, it's a good time for anybody that wants to come meet us. We sell merch, all that kind of stuff,
awesome.
and just an opportunity to kind of just meet us, ask questions, those kind of things. And it's also a good chance for a lot of people that play to outside of baseball to meet up and hang out
Yeah.
and have a beer and whatever. But Chinzo's has been very helpful. We also have Melissa, the O'Brien Property Group.
Yeah.
Melissa O'Brien. She sold my house and helped me buy my house that I've
That's awesome.
currently in. We have Oak Cliff Real Estate, Oak Cliff Realtors. I
Yeah.
hope that's right. Emily Ruth Cannon. She's
Oak
been a
Cliff, yeah.
long time sponsor with us. So has Melissa. We've been very grateful for everything they've done. Coffee News, the little newspaper.
Okay.
Dallas
yeah.
Coffee News. Now there's an Oak Cliff Coffee News as well. You can see that at different places. Oh my goodness, who else is local? We have Mind Bats. Our title sponsor this year and last year was Wingstop.
Nice.
So Todd owns a few different Wingstops. He owns the one at right there at
Wynwood or-
Lake Cliff.
Oh, Lake Cliff. Okay.
He owns that one. So he's been our main title sponsor. He has done lots and lots for us.
That's cool.
And then obviously the guys over at Oak Cliff Brewing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on.
Big sponsors,
That's it.
supply us with all of our hydration and swing grease.
There you go.
And I think that's it locally. I'm forgetting somebody.
Man, that's a good group of people.
But we
who've
have some
come
other
around.
ones in East Dallas,
Yeah.
like Vertus Barbershop
Yeah.
and places like that.
That's
But
awesome.
I love it. I love
Keep it up, Patty. It was awesome, man.
Thank you to all of our
Yeah.
sponsors. We love you very much.
And more can sign up.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, we're
more can
always
sign up.
we have a whole packet for that, and we have all kinds of stuff to let you know what's going on, and
Cool.
We do our best to return the love as much as humanly possible.
Yeah,
Love
for
it,
sure.
man. Well, thanks for coming on. Good
Thanks for
catching
having
up with you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Hidden City. We hope you discovered something about Oak Cliff that you didn't know. If you enjoyed the show, I hope you subscribe to it on YouTube and then follow us on any of the podcasting platforms. Also, if you enjoyed it, please share with a friend, and thanks so much for tuning in.